Hey everyone, it's Chad Camp, your Alabama land agent. Do you like to hunt and do you like to fish? If so, you're going to really love this beautiful large home on 35 acres, just 40 minutes to Birmingham, Alabama. Be sure to watch the end of the video because there's pictures of deer and turkey and the fish that's in the pond. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe always, and thanks again for watching. This property is located in Odenville, Alabama. It's 35 acres, has a 2-acre lake, and then about a half-acre pond. You're going to see more in just a minute when we walk through the house. And it's got a beautiful pasture in the back and a beautiful entrance coming in. It's going to be a private entrance. And again, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We're always posting videos. But this is a private entrance. The seller is going to keep some property to the left, about 11 acres, and then everything to the right of this driveway is on the property. So it's very private when you go in, and you got a lot of driveway. You've probably got over 1,000 feet of driveway, concrete driveway. Concrete, a lot of money's been spent here. This is a beautiful home. Be sure to call or text me because you're not going to really want to mess this house. This house is very spectacular, and you're going to see the quality of this home in just a moment. But immediately as we're pulling through the driveway, you can see how private this home is. You can't see it from the road. The only way you can see this home actually is when you're driving down 174 from Pell City, you might get a glimpse of it up on the hill. But it's basically a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath home. So basically what it is, you've got on the main level, you got 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and we're going to walk in right here through the front door, but basically you got 2 bedrooms and 2 baths and a half on the main level. And we're going to see that as we walk through, and we're going to walk through the dining room there, and let's look out the window here. And that's the porch. Now, the porch, one thing you need to know, it's got tile out there. It's very pretty. It's very pretty, and it's wide. It's a very wide porch. You know, most porches aren't that wide, but this one, you have a lot of width to it, so you can put furniture. So this home on the main level, it's almost 2,300 square feet. But you got 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths on the main level. Upstairs, you're going to see that you got a bedroom and a bath and 2 large bonus rooms. One of them could be a bedroom, you know, once you frame a closet, but you got plenty of room to frame a closet and then have a bonus room or a game room. But this home is loaded with space. You're going to see that as we're walking through this house. But, you know, you got the dining room here. You got the trim around the house. Lots of trim. You're going to notice that. Lots of trim. You got the plantation blinds. This is the spare bedroom on the main level. And it has a walk-in closet and its own private bathroom. So it'd be great for kids where they'll have their own bathroom and then a really nice walk-in closet. But lots of space throughout this house. That's one of the things you're going to notice when you visit here. It's just a beautiful private compound home. You know, you got plenty of room to plant gardens. You got plenty of room in the back because you got the pasture. You can have horses. They got a horse now, and you saw that earlier. And we're gonna walk through, and then we're gonna go outside towards the end of the video because you're gonna love the stock pond. You're gonna really, really love the stock pond. Beautiful cabinets, custom cabinets, stainless appliances, granite countertops, recessed lighting, lots of natural lighting too. Well, that's one of the things you're going to find out when you come through that front door. The house has a lot of natural lighting. Now, you've got a gas fireplace down in the basement, wood burning, and you can tell it's a brick fireplace too. The entire home is full brick. And the other thing about the home is you can easily walk in from the front door and from the garage with 1 to 2 steps and you're in. You're only 30 to 40 minutes from Birmingham and the Birmingham airport. So if you work in Birmingham, you can get there easily. You would want to go down Kelly Creek Road to the Brompton exit. And then you have this really nice large garage. And one thing you need to know, I did not measure the garage door height, but you could easily get an F-250 in here. I mean, it's plenty big unless you have it jacked up a little higher than usual. But a standard size truck easily can park in here, and you got the width for door spacing. You don't have to worry about dinging your doors. You can get in and get out, especially when you're trying to get groceries or kids. You know, kids, they don't think about our doors. They don't think about the paint on the car. They're just thinking about, let's get out and get inside or get to wherever they're going. So just 2 steps walking into the house here, as you see. And then right around the 8th minute mark, we're going to actually, somewhere around that time frame, you're going to see the master bedroom. But we're going to walk outside in just a second on the porch and look out the porch. And then you have the pantry right here as we're walking through. Beautiful pantry, lots of space there to it. But we're going to walk outside, and that's one thing. You know, you got this really nice open floor plan. Recessed lighting, lots of trim. You got the transoms above the doors. So you got a lot of natural lighting in this home. A lot of space. And one thing, too, about the floors, that's oak flooring that's been sealed. They didn't stain it. They left it natural. It's very pretty, and you'll notice that. The other thing, like I was mentioning earlier about the front the front porch. Same thing goes here on the back porch. You've got lots of width to this deck. You can easily put a lot of furniture. Now, over here, you got nice steps going down to the yard. You got 4 air conditioner units plus a generator. And the generator runs off of propane as well. And that's about a 500-gallon propane tank. It runs the fireplace and it runs the generator. Everything else would be electric. You can see how wide this porch is from the furniture piece there to the left. So you got a lot of space. You can move around. You can have a lot of people here, and they're not on top of each other. And look at the concrete pad out back. The concrete pad back there, you can easily park an RV, camper, motorhome, boat. So you got a 2-car main level garage, but you also have a garage downstairs that you could easily park a bass boat, maybe like the bass fish, or maybe you have a smaller aluminum boat or jet ski. You could easily park those in there. Be great for, it'd be great for a Jeep where you can hang your shell on the back, your back shelf or your back covering, and then drive in, put it on, and go. Lots of opportunity, but 35 acres, 18 acres of probably fenced pasture is a good estimate. And then you got a half-acre lower level pond, and then you got this 2-acre fishing lake. And it's got catfish, brim, and bass, and some of the bass in there has been 6 pounds. And that's another thing, stay towards to the end of the video, because we're going to have pictures of some of the bass, and we're going to have actually footage of the catfish, which is really neat. There's some really nice sized catfish. But these, you're not far at all from a lot of the surrounding cities, Chattanooga, Atlanta. You're only 2 hours away to Montgomery. You're 3.5 hours from Nashville, Tennessee. So you're not too far if you travel a good bit. And especially if you travel a lot, you're only just a few minutes away from the Birmingham Airport, which is a big plus. But if you fly your own jet, or if you have a private jet or a private airplane like a Cessna, you could easily fly that out of Pell City there at the airport. But again, hardwood floors, very little, really no carpet at all in this house. The only carpet's going to be in the basement, which you're going to see shortly, more towards the mid to the end of this video. We're going to be in the basement. But even in the master bedroom here, you've got nice trim work. You've got lots of lighting, just a beautiful view looking out over the pasture. You don't find locations like this. You find sometimes a location like this with a house that has a lot of woods, and maybe you like woods, but this really has a pretty mixture because you get the view. Now, this master bathroom, you got custom cabinets. It's the really high top countertops. You got 2 small closets here, his and her, or just his. Maybe you don't have a lot of clothes, but the lady is going to have a really nice closet, and you're going to see that in just a moment. And I rest assured she's probably going to get it. And it's a very dynamic closet. It's got shelving in place. It's large. It's bigger than most bedrooms for kids, most likely. It's bigger than my son's in our third house. It's bigger than that one by far. But you got the tiled shower. You've got the plantation blinds. You can look out there and bring the lighting in. It's very pretty. Got the nice garden tub, jetted tub here. And in these ceilings, one thing you're going to notice, they're not 8 foot. I'm not even sure they're 9. There may be 10 foot. I mean, it's very, very tall ceilings throughout this house. And this is the master closet. I mean, look how massive. This is going to be her closet. Sorry, guys, you're not going to get this closet. You'll have to fend for the small closets, maybe the closet in the other bedroom if you don't have no kids, because this will be her closet. She's going to have a place to put her shoes. She's going to have a place to put maybe add more storage for drawers. And this is hers. This is not yours. So this is not your deal. But you're not going to carry because you're going to be outside. There's just so many things to do outside. Between the fishing, you can ride your horses, you can ride dirt bikes, four-wheelers. You know, there's so many things that you can do with this property, and that's what's so amazing. You know, this home's nearly between the main level and the upstairs is nearly 3,400 square feet, because upstairs you got about 1,100 to 1,200 square feet. So if you got 23 here on the main level, you're nearly 3,500 square feet. And then downstairs, it's mostly finished too. You're going to see that in just a moment. So, downstairs, you got nearly 1,400 square feet for game rooms or a den or to entertain. And what's great about downstairs, and you're going to see that later in the video, as you could easily entertain people there, not actually have to worry about having them in the main part of the house. But we're upstairs, and we're going to walk into this bonus room. This bonus room there's 2 bonus rooms, and really you could make that other room a bedroom if you need to. But the other thing you need to know about the quality of the construction of this home is it's poured foundation walls, and you'll see that later on in the video. When we get down to the basement, you're really going to see a lot of the details that they put in the home, but we're going to see something in just a minute that you need to know, and that is the insulation. They actually sprayed foam the insulation in the house and not did the typical insulation. So it's spray foam insulation. It's very efficient. The house is very efficient. He said he thinks in the summertime the power bill might be $300 in the summertime. But this is a room that could be a bedroom, and then you could have the bonus room or the game room for upstairs here. Or maybe you have a lot of kids and you need a lot of beds, and this easily could handle that. Just had to figure out some closet space. You might use the other room as a closet, like a big closet. I saw that before with a big family. It had about 6 kids, and they didn't have a lot of space, but they made it work. Spray foam insulation there you can see, and you're going to see that in just a moment in this other bedroom a little bit better. But then you have a little den out here. In just a second, we're going to walk over there and look at that. But just a beautiful foyer when you walk in. You got a den, small little den right here. And we're going to let's look out the skylight there, but you can see it. You can see the mountain view that you saw earlier outside, and it's just views. It's views and privacy throughout the house. And every part of this house is finished. I mean, there's not much that hadn't been finished. And they finished this part. This would be great for kids to store their furniture. I mean, not their toys. They can easily put their toys there and hide the toys and get out of the way. When you've got people coming over, you can just shove it in there, and it looks like you've kept the house clean all this time, and really it's just there. It's there and easy access. Looking out this window, that's where the ground transformer is. They've got it landscaped, so you really don't even see it when you come in. But this bedroom has two kind of walk-in closets. You got a closet when you first walk in. You got another little small closet we just passed, but you got a closet here. Got a closet here, then you got another closet to the right, and we'll see that in a moment. But this is another area I just wanted you to kind of see the sprayed foam insulation. Got a closet right there. There's a lot of space throughout this home. And again, we're talking upstairs between the bonus rooms and this bedroom and that little small den. You're talking about 1,100 to 1,200 square feet upstairs. That's that's as big as most houses built. You know, the average house is probably in reality is 13, 14, 12 to 1,300 square feet for most people. Got tile floors, you got granite countertops upstairs too, and all the bathrooms. Nothing's been relaxed. Everything they've done, they've put a lot of thought into it. They've actually spent the money to make it really, really nice. So there's nothing that's hadn't been done that you need to do. You're going to come into a house. Obviously, you're going to have your own taste. Everybody has their own taste, their own colors. And there's things that you're going to want to change. But as far as the style of the house, this is a beautiful home. Beautiful. It's very private. You don't find, there's not many of these. This home is going to go quick because it's a rare. It's a beauty, and it's got acreage. It's got the pond. It's got the little fishing lake, 2-acre fishing lake, half-acre pond. You got pasture. You got a barn. The barn we're going to see in a little bit. It's 1,200 square feet, concrete slab. But we're going to walk down to the basement. But if you'll just stay tuned towards the end of the video, you're going to see the barn. You're going to see the fishing lake. You're going to see the catfish. You're going to see all that. And that's what you're buying. You're buying a place. It's a beautiful home that you can live in. And that's another thing. You can live in this home for the rest of your life because you don't have a lot of steps. And if you need to get down here to the basement, which we're walking in now, you don't have to. You can just drive around to the back. This is approximately about 1,400 square feet. Now, this is a little utility room where the heat pump is for downstairs and upstairs, or the main level. But all the units are train units, so they're quality units. He bought the best at the time when the house was built, and the house was built around 2011. There's 3 doors into the basement. This is one of the doors. As we came down the steps downstairs, we went to the right. If you went to the left, you'd went into the basement. This is a storm room, or you can use it as just a storage area. It's a steel door. Listen to the door. Spray foam insulation again. Poured foundation. He's very meticulous. You can see the conduit. And you're also going to see the wiring and how organized the wiring is. There's a picture we're going to have pop up. Very, very meticulous about his wiring. It's all done. His dad was an electrician, so he's very particular. You have another door over there that takes you out to the garage area. Just a beautiful, well thought of, clean, organized, constructed home. You're probably not going to find much that would be wrong with this house. And the only reason why they're selling the house is it doesn't fit their use at this moment. They have other plans. And you have a full bathroom downstairs that leads from that room there, which would be an awesome game room. It's big enough to put a pool table, which is important because, as you may have seen before, homes that have pool tables and you can't really get around the pool table, well, you won't have no problem there. Then you have this office. You got the wood-burning fireplace, natural lighting, and this view. We're going to look at the view in just a second. We're going to walk around the fireplace here, and same view. You've got a view. It's a great place to be home and work and enjoy the view. And maybe you do work from home. And if you do work from home, this could be the home for you. You could work, enjoy, watch the kids turn them loose, but also kind of look out there, watch them while they're outside. Because you got plenty of room of concrete pad out back, which you're going to see in just a moment. And resets, you've got high ceilings down here too. These ceilings are probably 9 feet, maybe 10, closer to 10. I mean, these ceilings are really, really high. I like the way they did. Instead of going with the white drop ceiling, they went with black. I think it looks a lot more classy. It surely doesn't show any cobweb as much, or dirt or gritty as much as the white does. Sometimes with the white, it kind of looks like it turns a little bit yellow. You don't see that, but looking out, same view, large concrete pad. This could be a nice little den area. There's a few things I would probably change down here. I'd probably put a daylight door. That way, if you could have people come in, still coming in from the garage. Because the only way into this area is to come through the garage. And this door right here, we're going to go outside and look. But you just saw pictures of the garage. We're going to go ahead and walk outside, which is obviously what's going to bring you to this home, because this home is magnificent and the property is even better. Just look at the view here. You got the horse in the background. You got the barn in the distance. Got the fishing pond and the lake and the lower pond too. And lower pond has bass in it too. Just a really nice area. You could easily have the kids or the family playing basketball back here. You could park RVs back here, ATVs. You could park boats. Maybe you have a pontoon boat. You don't want it sitting out front. Well, you could easily park it back here and nobody would even know it's back there. The septic tank system's right there. That's the tank there. Just a really beautiful setting. And the other thing I didn't mention that you need to know, some people want to go, well, what's behind me? Well, behind that 18 acres of pasture land, behind the house where the horse and the lake and the pond and all that is, right behind that is Acre Farms. Now, some of you that may be local watching this video, you're going to know about Acre Farms. Now, Acre Farms in Odenville, Alabama, those houses are at least start around 400,000. There's $1 million homes when you first come into Acre, and at the back of the Acre Farms too. And I know what some of those houses cost to have been built. And some of those were custom built, have not sold, and I know a lot of those have went over for $1 million. So you got some really quality homes behind you, and behind this 35 acres in this house. 2-car main level garage. You got the garage downstairs. You got wide porches. We're going to walk over to the other side in just a second, but straight ahead, that's the ground transformer. We're going to go ahead and probably go in that direction in just a second, let you see where the propane tank is. Now on this side, this is where the propane tank will be. Over in that distance over there next to the house, that's where the generator and the 4 air conditioning units are. You got your buried 500-gallon propane tank straight ahead that we're walking to, and then we're going to walk through that gate and go down to the barn. Now the barn, again, it's like a 30 by 40 barn. You've got concrete floor on it. So, and maybe you're not into horses, and maybe you're not into cattle. Maybe you're into fishing. Maybe you're into hunting. Well, there is a hunting stand. We're going to see that towards the end of the video too, that you can look at. And I have jumped deer on the property. We've got footage of turkey and all that. If you just stay towards the end of the video, you're going to see the turkey. There's about 7 or 8 turkey. There's hens mixed in with a gobbler, and then you've got some jakes in there as well. But it's just a wildlife paradise. It's a wildlife paradise, and you've got the ability to have a horse. You could have cattle. You could have just about whatever you like to do. If maybe you wanted it more wooded. I wouldn't. And if you did, you can always plant trees. But what you can't do is it's very expensive to reproduce this type of property into pasture. So if you like trees, well, you can always plant trees. And that's a cheap thing you can do. But it's very expensive to turn property into pasture land, and you've got that. So you've got some value here already with the property. And then here we are at the 30 by 40 barn. And we've got the horse here. It's their horse. It won't stay with the property. Now you got water here at the barn. You got water at the gate that we just went through, which is kind of important, If you wanted to fill up there, if you're going to spray for weeds, you can fill up there, or you can fill up down here, or fill it up for the horse. But it's approximately 24 by 30. You got concrete floor. You got storage over there, feed area, or if you need to put them in the stall, you could easily do that, or redo some of that. And maybe, again, if you're not into horses or cattle, it'd be a great place to put an ATV, four-wheelers. You can easily put side-by-sides in there. Small tractor might fit if it's compact. If you're going to have big equipment, you probably would want to put another little barn. And there's plenty of places to add building. That's the other thing. Right there on the right, when you came in, you could easily go in there and put a larger building where you could really put a tractor in there. There's just going to be the eave height on that's not really high to put a tractor. It'd have to be a small tractor. But we're going to keep walking. More to my right is the shooting house, kind of more 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. That was the pond, and then you have the fishing lake. We're going to walk towards the direction of the gazebo because there's actually a feeder there. And this is the catfish that are in here. And it is a stock lake. Now, the lake does drop. It's a watershed lake. All watershed lakes typically do drop. It's never been dry, but it does drop because it's a watershed lake. But it's stocked. They got catfish in here, and you're going to see in just a moment a picture of a bass that was caught out of this lake, and so they're here, and there's some bass in the lower pond just as well. But again, if you like to look at this property, be sure to call me at the number below or at the number at the very end. We'll be more than happy to meet you out here and show you the property. Again, this property is not going to last long. This property is priced at $800,000. It's priced at $800,000, and it's worth it. It's worth the size of the house. You've got deer that's on the property. So you got a hunting stand at the top. You've got turkey. You're going to see that in just a moment in the video. Just a lot of wildlife. There's so many things you can do. You can hunt. You can fish. You can ride. You can raise cattle. You can have horses. Just so many different things that you can do that there's not a lot of places like this on the market at all. But we're up here now by the shooting house. We're going to go inside and let you look inside the shooting house. And the shooting house is really neat. They've got the nice little vinyl windows installed so you can easily slide those up and look out. And on those cold, windy mornings, it's going to keep you warm. Very pretty. It's having a hard time getting up these steps. That's one of the things that I'd redo is I'd redo the steps for the shooting house and not rely on a ladder. And then you won't fall like I did trying to get up the ladder. But very neat. You can see out. It's kind of hidden. You kind of more on the back line of the wood line there, back behind us. So most of the property is kind of to the left, the shooting house, in front of the shooting house, and to the right. But again, beautiful lake, beautiful wildlife throughout the property. Again, you're not going to want to mess a property like this. This is, again, for this area and to be 30 to 40 minutes to Birmingham, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be able to have something like this, because they don't come together like this as a package. A lot of times you have to kind of purchase and then kind of build it like this, and right now there's just not much land. But give me a call. We'll be happy to show you this. And again, thanks always for watching.